So, you saw some military aircraft from the Aeroscopia Museum in Toulouse, but you want some more. Well, you're in luck. Although it was a dull day at the time of my visit, just outside the airport is a collection of mostly ex-French Air Force aircraft, ranging from the propeller-driven T-6 Texan to the modern Mirage 2000. There are few places in the world where there are two aviation museums literally next door to each other. You've got the Aeroscopia, which is behind the cafe building there, and if I pan around a little bit more, there's another one. If you have already visited the Aeroscopia Museum, this one is separate and requires a further ticket. However, this gives you access to see a huge selection of aircraft, some of them very unique and unusual. This aviation museum is known as the Ancient Wings, and that's because a lot of the exhibits here look like they come direct from the scrapyard. Don't let that put you off though, as this museum is home to dedicated enthusiasts who do an excellent job at restoring and preserving the airframes, and many of the aircraft here are in perfect condition. Among the projects that were currently being worked on is a Dassault Flamant and a Breguet Ailes anti-submarine aircraft. Starting with some helicopters, these are some of the most worn out airframes within the museum, with the Sikorsky H-34 having been used for practicing graffiti, and a Piasecki H-21 with a covered up nose. Following on from these is a colourfully painted T-6 Texan and an example of my favourite aircraft, the Douglas C-47 Skytrain. This one appears to have spent some time doing surveying work based on the fuselage wording and civilian codes under the wings. It is opened up for access, and that was good today as the clouds were building up, and soon I'd find myself trapped inside as the rain started. This at least gave me the opportunity to explore the cabin and the cockpit, and strangely enough, this is not the first time I've been stuck inside one of these aircraft at an aviation museum while it rains. Directly across from the C-47 is a very unusual looking aircraft, partly because it is not yet fully complete. This is the Breguet 941, a 4-engine transport aircraft with a suspiciously short wingspan. Out of only 5 aircraft built, this is one of 2 that survived to the present day, and you can tour through the fuselage of this one too, which was good as more time was needed to hide from that rain. There are many photographs and technical data details displayed inside, including schematics showing the loading capabilities of the aircraft. Besides this is a similar aircraft in design and purpose, the Nord Nautilus, which proved to be a much more successful heavy lift transport aircraft. Now the rain has stopped, it was time to take a look down the flight line of a large collection of jet fighters. Both the Dassault Étendard 4 and the Super Étendard are present at the museum, these aircraft serving on board the Navy's aircraft carriers until replaced by Rafales. Some colourfully painted French aircraft of the 1950s are on the opposite side, these being a Dassault Mystère 4 and a Mirage 3, the Mirage being adorned with a large wild boar motif on the tail. One aircraft I've never seen before in person is the Sud Aviation Vautour, a twin-jet aircraft that served a multitude of roles but was best known as a tactical bomber. A much more deadly French-designed bomber is the Mirage 4, which was capable of performing nuclear strike missions. Although focusing mostly on French aircraft, there are also aircraft from other nationalities here at the museum. De Havilland vampires seem to find their way into many aviation museums around the world, and the Ancient Wings Museum has one in RAF markings. It shares this space with a Lockheed T-33 Shooting Star, one of several American aircraft on display here. Others include a Republic F-84 Thunderjet complete in colourful USAF markings, and an immaculate McDonnell F-101 Voodoo. This condition sadly is not the same for two other important American aircraft also held here, the Republic F-84F Thunderstreak and the North American F-100 Super Sabre, both in dire need from a repaint. Even some aircraft from behind the Iron Curtain have managed to find their way to this museum, with two Mikoyan MiG-21 fish beds on display. Going back to French aircraft for the last time in this video, and there are some more very colourful airplanes in the form of the Fauga Magister, along with its replacement in the trainer role, the Alpha Jet. A couple more of Dassault's finest are the Mirage 2000 and the F-1, largely successful multi-role fighter bomber aircraft that have served with many nations worldwide. If you have enjoyed this video on the Ancient Wings Aviation Museum of Toulouse, why not leave a like and follow my channel for more, and I'll bring you many more videos from aviation museums around the world. However, until next time, see you around.